Hello, you guys. Today we're going to talk about adding and subtracting fractions. But we're only going to add and subtract fractions with common denominators. That means the denominators are going to match today, okay? So take a look at this example. Let's say I had 3 over 8 plus 4 over 8. Whenever the denominators match, I just copy the denominator and then I add the numerators. 3 plus 4 would give me 7. So that would be 7 over 8, and I would box my answer. Take a look here. If I had 5 over 7 minus 2 over 7, well, the denominators match, so I copy the denominator, and then 5 minus 2 would give me 3, so I had 3 over 7, and I would box my answer. And we could look at algebra real quickly. A over C plus B over C. When the denominators match, they're both C, so I copy the denominator, and then I would just do A plus B in the numerator, and I would box my answer. Okay, look at example 1 with me, adding and subtracting fractions. Find the sum or the difference and then simplify if possible. So take a look at letter A. We have negative 9 11ths plus 3 11ths equals. Well, notice how the 11s match, so I copy the 11 and then I just grab the negative 9 plus 3 and I put it on top. And now I'm going to simplify it. Negative 9 plus a positive 3 makes negative 6 over 11. And I box my answer because I cannot simplify anymore. Take a look at B. I have 15 over 7 minus 1 over 7. So I notice that the denominators match, so I copy the 7, and then I just grab 15 minus 1 and I put that on top. Well, now I simplify. 15 minus 1 is 14 over 7. Well, I know that 7 goes into both the numerator and denominator, so I divide both by 7. 14 divided by 7 is 2, and 7 divided by 7 is 1. Well, 2 divided by 1 is just 2, and I box my answer. Okay, let's look at the guided practice together. Find the sum or difference, and then don't forget to simplify if you can at the very end. Take a look at number 1. 1 over 9 plus 2 over 9. Well, the denominators match, so I copy the 9 on the bottom, and then I just do the 1 plus 2 is 3 on top. Now I notice 3 goes into both, so I'm going to divide both the top and bottom by 3. 3 divided by 3 gives me 1 on top. 9 divided by 3 gives me 3 on the bottom. So I box my answer. Take a look at number 2. 3 over 5 minus 18 over 5. Now notice with subtraction, I'm still going to ask you to add a line and change the sign of what comes after it. So notice that the 5's match on the bottom, so I copy the 5, and then I do 3 plus negative 18. Well, 3 plus negative 18 gives me negative 15 on top. Now with negative 15 and 5, I see 5 goes into both, so I reduce. Negative 15 divided by 5 gives me negative 3. 5 divided by 5 gives me 1. So negative 3 divided by 1 is just negative 3. And I can box my answer here. Take a look at number 3. 5 over 6 minus 3 and 1/6. Now, I need to change the 3 and 1/6 to an improper fraction. So I copy the 5 over 6 and the minus. And now 6 times 3 is 18. 18 plus 1 is 19. So I get 19 over 6. And notice with the minus, I added a line and changed the sign of what comes after it. Okay, the 6's match, so I copy the 6 in the bottom. And then 5 plus negative 19 would give me negative 14. So I have negative 14 over 6. Well, I reduce. I divide both by 2. Negative 14 divided by 2 is negative 7. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So I get negative 7 over 3. Now, I can write this as a mixed number. 3 goes into 7 2 times, and there's 1 left over. So it's negative 7 over 3 or negative 2 and 1/3, and I box my answer. Take a look at number 4. I have 5 and 3/8 plus 2 and 1/8. Well, the first thing I have to do is make them improper fractions. So start at the 8. 8 times 5 is 40. 40 plus 3 gives me 43 over 8. I copy the plus sign and then start at the 8 again. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 plus 1 is 17. So I have 17 over 8. The denominators match, so I copy the 8 and then I add 43 plus 17 to get 60. Now I'm going to reduce. I divide both top and bottom by 4. 60 divided by 4 gives me 15 on top. 8 divided by 4 gives me 2 on the bottom. So 15 over 2 is a good answer, or we write it as a mixed number. 2 goes into 15 7 whole times with 1 left over. So it's 7 1/2. And I box my answer. Okay, let's look at the guided practice together. We have to evaluate. That just means find the answer, and then we're going to simplify if possible. So notice on number 5, we're adding 7 over 8 plus 3 over 8 plus 1 over 8. Well, the 8's match, so I copy the 8 on the bottom, and then I just add the numerators. 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 1 more is 11, so I get 11 over 8, which is a great answer. I can't reduce, but I can rewrite it as a mixed number. 8 goes into 11 one complete time, and there's 3 left over. So it's 1 and 3 over 8, and I box my answer. Take a look at number 6. I have 1 over 4 minus 7 over 4 plus 3 over 4. Well, whenever you see a minus, I want you to add a line and change the sign of what comes after it. And so notice that the denominators match. They're all 4s, so I copied the 4 in the bottom, and then I just add the numerators. 1 plus negative 7 gives me negative 6. Negative 6 plus 3 gives me negative 3. So I just have negative 3 over 4, and I box my answer. Take a look at number 7. I have 1 and 4/9 plus 5 and 1/9 minus 8 over 9. So the first thing I need to do is change these mixed numbers to improper fractions. Start at the 9. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 4 is 13. So I have 13 over 9. And then I copy the plus sign, and then start at the denominator. 5 times 9 is 45. 45 plus 1 is 46. So I have 46 over 9. And then I copy the minus 8 over 9. Now remember, when you see a minus sign, add a line and change the sign of what comes after it. So now I have, since all of the denominators are 9, they all match, I copy the 9, and then I add the numerators. Well, 13 plus 46 gives me 59, and then I just bring down the plus negative 8. 59 plus negative 8 is 51, so I have 51 over 9. Now I notice when I add 5 plus 1, that makes 6, so I know 3 goes into 51, and I know 3 goes into 9, so I reduced both by 3. 51 divided by 3 gave me 17. 9 divided by 3 gives me 3. So I have 17 over 3, or I can rewrite that as a mixed number. 3 goes into 17 5 complete times, and then there was 2 left over. So I put 2 over 3, and I box my answer.